Joystick, the Joystick Show. Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, select. Start.
Welcome, gamers, to our Twisted Reality. We be rolling some digital dice, video game old school.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.
Welcome back to the Joystick Show, our monthly cast, where we talk nothing but great content over video game. I don't know about great content. I guess I'm kind of putting us in a tough position there. I've got some high standards. You know what I mean? What's that bar called when you go underneath the bar and you have to go lower and lower and lower? Anybody know what that's called? Limbo, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Setting the bar real low on it. So welcome everybody to the Joystick Show. I want to bring on our special guest, and we're bringing this guy on because we talk about him a lot. I get requests from listeners like, "Hey, why don't you have him on? You always talk about playing with him." So we're doing it. We're bringing him on the show. It is officially, and we're going to give our gamer tags out because we go by our gamer tags. I'm Bogue Spear.
I got my Thing 12.
Thing 12 is my son, and the bestie out there. Welcome, sir.
OldPequliar signing back on.
There he is. Back in the day. We have a lot of shows we used to do back in the day, early on, before the offspring became springing and then sprung on me. And now we do it here. So if you want to be a part of the show, just like those folks that called in, requested OldPequliar to jump in as well, you can go, how do they get a hold of us?
You can find us at joystick_show on Twitter, at JoystickShow on Discord, or where else? Our website, joystickshow.com.
There you go. We're all over the fruited plain. Of course, if you're the first time checking us out, which does happen often as we continue to grow, and very small growth, small pace. I'm waiting for that one big boom where somebody mentions us, right, and it just blows up. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah. I think then I woke up. Anyways, so what happens is we are a father and son combo tag team here. It's about generational differences, because when we talk video games, come from a long line of pong, all the way on through to every console you can possibly imagine. Of course, he starts with what? Xbox? Yeah, pretty much. We keep saying that. Yeah. That's probably close enough.
Probably Wii.
Wii? Dang, that's even after. Now
before.
Wii was before? OldPequliar, was it before or after? Xbox was before.
Oh, original.
Yeah.
No, the original.
My memory tells me Xbox. But
yeah, definitely the original.
Come on. Come on, you're playing naked. You're like 2 years old trying to drive a car on the original Forza or something. I don't know. Anyways. So, all right, let's talk video games. Since we got you on OPQ, we go by, and we start actually with on the gaming front. But before we do, we got to pay some bills. So that's part of the show. All right, this is our sponsor segment. It's brought to you by Gas Bag, the newest innovation in the whoopee cushion, now with Bluetooth. Simply place the unit under a seat cushion, your grandfather's favorite chair, or right at the dinner table. Download the Gas Bag app and connect to the unit. Perform over 12 different sounding flatulations. Order your Gas Bag with Bluetooth today for just $13.99 plus shipping and handling. Go to gasbag.io and enter promo code Joystick for free shipping. Gas Bag, when the moment's right to ignore... Oh, let me try that again. I gotta nail that. Gas Bag, when the moment's right to ignite the conversation. Boom! Huh?
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'll take two.
You want two of them? All right, just type in that promo code, baby. It's good stuff. All right, let's talk about the gaming front. What's going on? And I know since we've been out for a little bit of time, actually doing some traveling up north, a little less time to game, and I know while I was gone, OPQ was just gaming at it, going at it hardcore, right? Running batteries. I mean, your controller's just going through batteries.
I was, since my gaming partner's been on, like, wasn't just up north. It seems like you've been gone for months at this point. So
I'm making it rain across the world.
That's right. I had to pick out something that I could play solo and enjoy, and I got hooked on a game called Call of the Wild. No, what is it? Hunter Call of the Wild. It's basically a hunting game where you sit in the Arctic or wherever you choose, and you sit there for hours staring at your TV, hunting big game, and it's a blast, a total blast.
Oh, that's awesome. So wait a minute, does it come with, do you actually have to use like a live mic and be like, caw-caw,
different calls, like a moose and mating season, so you call it a moose. But it's awesome. It's free to play on Game Pass Cloud.
Of course it is, because it's awesome.
Which is how it caught me. And with that, I think you get 2 reserves being the hunting land.
Right.
And a few weapons.
A few weapons. That's cool. Well, I mean, I'm going to talk about that cloud, too, but I don't think we've even touched on that. But, first of all, do you watch Moose Mate on this game?
I haven't seen it yet, but it would not surprise me. I mean, it's amazing to me how realistic the animals move, and if you're downwind from them, you can, they'll smell you, and you can watch them through your binoculars, and you can see when they get your scent and all that.
Oh my gosh, that means every
Wow.
real gamer in the world, if the real scent was shown, you'd never be able to play the game. You'd never be able to shoot anything. That's the case.
They'd smell you from a mile away. Although they do have some spray you can use and stuff like that.
Like deer piss or whatever it is?
Yeah, you could spray yourself full of deer piss if you'd like. It's up to you.
A little bit of
cool.
turtle excrement. That would be awesome, right? There's no
But
Clyde.
the game is really well done. And talk about an open world. I mean, you can walk forever if you wanted to, in the tundra or in, Mississippi or wherever you choose to hunt.
Right.
And it just goes on forever, and the weather changes day and night, obviously.
Oh my gosh. You gotta light fires like survival game where it stay warm at night or no?
No, but you do get tired, and you do have to sleep. So there'll be hours where you're in grizzly bear country. You don't want to be just wandering around like a moron, waiting because the animals will attack and kill you. But it's just really well done. I recommend everybody give it a shot.
Wow, that's really cool. Now there's probably DLCs for like different areas or something, I assume, or no?
Well, yeah. So it was free to play, and I got so hooked on it, I ended up dropping the 60 bones to use your parlance for the whole
cheese,
kit
beans,
caboodle, all kinds of.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's exactly how they get me. There's 11 total reserves you can hunt on. All kinds of weapons, packs, and ammo or camo, and that type of stuff. So
I heard you could go like an hour without seeing anything, and then you finally do, and then you can hunt it. That's what I heard, at least.
Oh, at least that I've sat there and stared at the TV screen for 4 hours. After you get your first 10 animals, right, you're kind of bored with the normal ones, so you're waiting on the big boys to come out. 30 moose might pass you, but you don't see any that you want, so you just wait it out.
Here's my question: are you looking for Clydesdales that are mating? Have you seen a Clydesdale?
No Clydes. I don't think that's a wild animal, but I'd have to go back and look. But there's bear, there's moose, there's all kinds of deer, all kinds of canines, all kinds of big cats. There's just about everything. You can go duck hunting if you'd like.
Wow.
You can shoot and kill. I think I've wounded like 75 animals that got away.
Well, PETA's come. Now, does this have a direct line to PETA? This is not good, dude. Not good.
Yeah, it's definitely not a PETA-friendly game. They'd be pissed. There's no doubt about it. But
You're just doing
we used to have a hunting game on the Wii that you would like be able to actually aim. Remember, we had the gun that you put the Wii remote in, and then you would point it at the really bad tracking Kinect or whatever it was.
What was that? Oh, that was made by. It had not the Bass Pro. What was the other one?
Cabela's.
Cabela's. That was it.
I think they still have the Cabela's offerings out there.
Yeah.
But I want to say this it's Hunter Call of the Wild. I apologize if I botched that. But this one is, I think the engine is the Unreal engine.
The new one? Oh yeah, no, the
existing one. It's really well done.
Well, I don't think they launched the new one, whatever that new one is.
They launched the new one, or they have launched the new one, but I don't think yeah, but I don't think they've launched very many games.
Oh, I want to try that out. Unless this might be on it. I don't know what the new one is. Like the new 3.0, right? Is it the Unreal 3 or something?
5.
5? I don't know. See, that's how old I'm getting. We're at 5 now. Good stuff on it. Well, good, man. I figured when you were telling me about it, I was just cracking up that I can just picture you for 4 hours just sitting there waiting for someone to come by and then miss it and be like, I wounded it. Go chasing it down.
That's the thing, because you shoot them, and I guess it's just like real hunting. I'm nowhere near a real man. But I guess if in real hunting, you go out, you shoot a buck, and then you got to wait, and then you got to go and find it, right? You follow the blood trail and all that stuff. So it's really the same thing in this scenario. So you'll follow an animal that you shot in real time for an hour and a half, only to realize that it didn't die and it's gone. So
sounds like a lot of fun.
It's unbelievably satisfying. I don't know why or how to explain it.
Well, that's interesting. That's great because I was just saying, I still, I think I jumped on a few times even when we weren't on, working at Crackdown. I know I talked about it last show a little bit, if you remember, but when we're playing that, something about that game, you talk about satisfying, it's a great segue.
Right.
Game.
Well, you were gone forever. I've got an agent that's almost at the top level.
What?
And everything. Oh yeah, I almost finished that game. I couldn't wait for you. I had to move on with my life.
Oh no! Don't be doing that to me. You hurt me. Well, I solved 2 bosses when you weren't around, so I think I'm not that far behind you then, because I got a couple of them.
You're a ways behind me.
Well, that's good. So yeah, we played a little bit of that. What else? Oh, we got the Gen Con online coming up. So I know it's still board game-ish, role-playing-ish type of stuff, but it is the digital beauty that is Digital Dice, because we're going to be rolling those coming up, in about a week and a half or so, right at the beginning of August. We have some good stuff going on. So that's fun. I did it a couple years ago, doing a launch of the Meatbology plan, and that was fun online, but also we actually went last year to physical on the location in Indianapolis. That was a good time as well. So we're back online and giving this a try this year to see how it goes, and a lot of role-playing going on that. So there might be some good conversation to talk about. A lot of this stuff, again, is just basically using digital platforms like Steam, right, for video games. There's Roll20, there's Board Game Arena, using a lot of Discord, straight up, on chats and so forth as well. So it's integrating pretty well on that. Any thoughts on that, old PQ?
No, you did, I think, Gen Con online 2 years ago in the height of the pandemic. I did not do it, so this will really be the first time I've done it. But we've played online with groups, and really, depending on the game, it can be a blast.
Yeah, for sure. So, how about you there, kiddo? What are you up to? What's been going on?
Well, I haven't played everything that I have been playing. I've already talked on the show because they're just good enough games to keep going at them.
Which is what? Repeat just for folks, maybe
like
first time.
The Psycho Frontier I talked about last show, as well as Dying Light, which I've talked about a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something that I'm looking into, and it's a zombie game. It's called Project Zomboid, and it's way different than anything I've ever seen.
Come on. Just another zombie game?
No.
I mean, they don't even try to come up with a creative name that's different. It's like Project Zomboid. Oh, okay.
No. It's very different. It was made by it was released in 2013.
Okay.
And they're still updating the game to this day and making it better because it's an indie game. It was originally released by like 4 people.
Okay.
And then they got a bigger team. They started working on it, but it's completely different. It's a top-down game.
Yeah.
And it's very, I guess, indie-looking. Like I don't want to say pixelated, but like polygon-like. If that
really?
makes sense.
And you're all into that? Because you
well,
are
no,
retroing it a little
It's
bit.
very cool because everything about it is in-depth. It's not a game where you can go in killing a ton of zombies. It's a game. Like they even say it when you load up. It's saying you will die. It's not like you're not
gonna survive.
Yeah, you're not playing the game to survive. You're playing the game to just try and survive as long as possible.
Right. See how many you can take with you.
Or whatever. But it's very hard. Like there's a lot of realistic aspects to it. One, it's top down, but you can only see where your character's looking. So there's like light. Almost that shows up, so you could turn around and there's a zombie right behind you, but you didn't see it.
That's kind of like DayZ. I used to like pee myself sometimes.
Yeah.
I turn around, it's like,
but DayZ is first person, so this you're looking down, but they're just invisible on the screen until they're actually in your line of sight.
Oh, I gotcha.
Or if it's very dark.
Yeah.
But everything you do in that game, it's like just an impossible zombie game because you could vault over a fence and then scratch your hand and then it becomes infected and 3 days later you die.
Oh, nice.
There's like a ton of different ways to just do it. You can mix a ton of different stuff. You can mix like alcohol with like a medicine, and then you just instantly die if you eat it or whatever. There's so many weird things to do but it's so hard.
Yeah.
And like if there's one zombie on you, you'd be able to take it down. But if there's maybe 5, even if you have some of the best stuff in the game, if you don't go about it right, you still.
It sounds like a bad graphic version of DayZ.
Well, no, because DayZ. It's similar to Daisy in the sense that there's other players that you can see.
Okay.
But it's...
You don't have to go to some like third-party app that looks shadier than
No, you have everything there on the game for you.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a really interesting like new way to go about it. But you're never safe. Like Daisy, you can get the best loot in the game and you're basically fine.
Yeah.
But in this game, you're never really safe, and it's kind of cool.
So you look at you trying to go old school. You're just trying to be cool like your dad by playing old school time games.
It's not an old school game.
Come on, it looks old school. You just said it's
looks
pixelated, polygonish.
Well,
come on, look at me. That's what you're.
Yeah, but it
up
has
to.
more.
No.
I guess like things to do. I don't know. It looks really cool. I haven't played it yet, like I said. So once I play it, I'll actually give an honest review on it.
When's that due out?
What do you mean?
When's it due out? Meaning coming out?
I said it came out 2013.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, but I mean the new version. You're waiting to play a new version, or are you just waiting to play it?
I'm just waiting to play
I'm sorry. I thought you meant you're waiting for something to come out.
I'm looking into it before I actually buy. It's $20.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Jeez, I gave you like $1 million in Steam money. How much you got left of that?
A little bit.
Yeah. That's all sponsored money, by the way.
Yeah.
That came through. Nice. All right, so that's what we're doing on the gaming front. Let's jump in and have a little banter on the news.
The Joystick News Report. Joystick News.
All right, the news. Check this out, OldPequliar. It's good timing you're on as well, because guess what? The latest news is on Halo. Co-op finally is finalized. I think it's on July 26th. They're launching the beta on the co-op version of it.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes. They say that there's some cool things that you're going to be able to do, but it's interesting though, kind of like a little bit like the Lego thing, but not quite. You can only go up to 1,000 meters away from each other before like you get like some kind of warning or something. I don't know what they're going to do, but
a lot of games do that.
Do they? Yeah. So what happens in the other games? Does it like turn red or something?
It pulls you. So
it pulls you.
Most games do a thing. There's two ways they either go about it. One, which is very annoying, if you go far away, it'll pull the other player, just like keep moving them along without like doing anything. The other way is it'll give you like a 5-second countdown and then it'll teleport you close.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Which
might not be horrible, because if you get running past somebody like OldPequliar, he likes going in like John Wayne everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
Uh-huh.
You.
Well, because how far did you get in it by yourself?
Not that far. I think we made it past outside and down
outside?
the hill. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see the area is pretty big.
Yeah.
So you could get...
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I think the point being is that I think you could play... we played together going through it, but just separately, right, as individuals. But now they're saying you can do a co-op. So, and the storyline itself as well, too. So maybe we'll go back through it as well to see. Might be fun.
I feel like until they add Forge, there's no reason to...
I don't know. I like that new grappling. We talk about it in the other show.
Yeah, it's nice, but they need to add a Forge. Because Halo 5, everything about Halo 5 was... it was not amazing, but the only thing that Halo 5 has over... I think any other Halo game is Forge. And I think it outbeats Reach as well as far as Forge goes.
Well, that's the only one Reach does no longer supported, right? The Forge in it?
It still does Forge.
Oh, it is?
It doesn't do multiplayer.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, some news on the front there. You ready to hit that? You think you'd be able to break yourself away from the 4-hour waits for a deer?
Yeah,
for a
ready
possum?
to go. Did we buy that game? We got it on Game Pass. I can't remember at this point. Halo.
Oh, it was Game Pass, because that was a big thing about it. When they came out, it was going to be available, I think, on Game Pass, too. If I'm not mistaken, right?
They'll probably drop co-op and then make you pay for it.
Yeah, right. Halo Infinite, yeah.
Yeah, it launched on.
No, I know we're saying, though, it was on Game Pass, right, initially when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll probably ask us for, 19 bones or 20 bones for that, for sure. Probably pay it. So, good stuff. So, that's coming out. Also, what else is in the news? Oh, you see Grand Theft Auto. We got every time I say that now, we gotta have that sound in the background, like a Boogie Nights soundtrack. We got some new DLC coming out with that. I just saw they're gonna actually launch it. There's gonna be 26 new vehicles. There's gonna be more apartments and garages. What else are they gonna be there? What else did you see on it?
GTA's.
What?
I don't know why they're continuing to update it. They need to start making GTA. Or I know they are making GTA 6, but
Yeah.
Fully focus on that.
Well, they're trying to obviously keep people engaged into everything until they get the new one out, I assume. But they got 2 new rifles that coming out. Oh, and the cool thing is they're actually doing skydiving activities on it. So it must be some kind of like, you know, you can pay tickets or like steal a plane or, you know, whatever. You
Yeah,
go up and dive out. I thought you could do that already because I know I had a helicopter. I landed a
obviously
helicopter in a zoo or something
you
one
can
time.
skydive, but it's probably saying like missions or like what are they called?
Right.
Challenges.
Exactly. Yeah. PQ, are you playing that at all or no? Are you playing it?
No, last time I think was when you and I were going through it, multiplayer, but I haven't played it in quite a while. I did see that they are, what are they saying for 6, another 2 years or something like that?
Probably more than that. I think it's like 2026 or something.
Yeah, I read something about they were working on getting Red Dead Redemption 2 ported over or something, and they stopped that to focus on new GTA, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all the same stuff. GTA is just with horses or with motorcycles, quite frankly.
You know, Red Dead, people rave about that game. We should probably give that another go.
Right? Did you guys
ever try that?
We did. Like, I went through the storyline and like I remember. Problem is, I remember
we didn't get very far at all.
No. Well, I don't think we ever get far.
It's a crazy good game. Or as far as like development goes, I don't know about. I never played it very far to know about like anything else, but I heard it was just like.
See, it's taken me something like a Crackdown to give me that kind of like leveling up thing or something. It's got to be instant. It's got to be quick, or I lose it.
Well, Crackdown, I'm convinced it's addictive because it's like a casino. All the flashing lights.
Yeah.
You know,
I like
it. Kind of gives you that same endorphin release.
Exactly. That's a great point. Yep. Yeah.
Versus a great storyline, but
yeah. Well, and that remind me on that storyline too, because I want to go back to that. As far as we never did finish that one game that got pulled off. What was it? Resident Evil, Biohazard. Never
even
single
player.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 or whatever it was.
We're playing that.
Yeah, at the same time, kind of going through it together because there's a storyline on it. We talked about it a little bit, but anyway, so that's GTA. Some news for those folks out there from was it Rockstar Games, yeah. All right, what else? This is we mentioned this briefly, but it looks like it's picking up a lot of steam. Or people waiting for it. It's called the Multiversus. So it's a game out. That's on July 26th. Yeah, Halo is supposed to be something on the 26th. I think Multiversus, July 26th, 9 a.m. There's a beta. Starting with that for PlayStation 5, Xbox. Actually, might be PlayStation 4 too. Xbox, both consoles and PC as well. But you know, this is that game where I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like they got every license that they could get their hands on.
Well, it's all Warner Bros.
Warner Brothers. Yeah. Oh, good point. So they own most of the licenses, like the Batman DC. They own DC. They own the cartoons, Scooby Doo's, and Hanna-Barbera.
This game's gonna be like Smash Bros. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a button mashing blowout.
No, Smash Bros. Is not button mashing.
What? This looks like it was. It looks like that game where you keep jumping and on top of somebody and then fall off the side and keep jumping until you get back up to the side.
It's Smash Bros.
That is Smash Bros.
Yeah,
it's like that.
It's not button mashing.
What?
Sure, you can button mash, but you'll lose. It's like actually like.
Well, that goes without saying for me.
It's kind of has strategy to it. Like you learn different combos with your moves to get people trapped. And I don't know.
Sounds like Qbert.
Qbert. Do you know what Qbert is?
Yeah.
It's like the front. It's like the front of our house, the front door. When you walk in. Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, probably Qbert's probably one of the guys you could play. That would be awesome. Being Qbert.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Smash Bros, so I probably won't be getting this. I know people are gonna like it. But. You don't want to play like I don't know, Daffy Duck versus Swamp Thing or something crazy like that. That's what it is. I don't know, maybe.
It's like these random.
Yeah, we'll have to see when it comes out. But.
All right. Well, that's due out 26th for a beta. If you guys are into that, take a look. I know it's picking up some Steam, which will probably be on Steam. So, lastly on here we have Sony PlayStation. I did see something on for those who talk a lot of Xbox, but keeping up with some of the stuff for PS5ers. PS4s out there. PlayStation Stars, I guess, is what they're calling it. So it's like they say it's not Game Pass, okay, because they already have an online plan, but they don't have quite the same program as Game Pass. So I think it is Game Pass. They just don't want to call it that. But they're calling it Sony PlayStation Stars. So what it is you earn free rewards, and then you do that, and you can get skins and get different things. So it's like a small mini version of that. I mean, still nothing as valuable as Xbox and Game Pass. But interesting thing, when they talk about it, they started talking about there's going to be digital collectibles. No, they said not NFTs, the old catchphrase lately, but digital collectibles that are just available for you based on awards if you win games or you do certain things within the platform. So I don't know. To me it always seems like they got some weird version of end arounds of trying to keep their players happy, and I don't know why you're happy, but you are. So good on you. But I tell you, until you get a chance to check out the Game Pass and what you get for $14.95, shoot.
So what is Game Pass Cloud?
Oh, great segue on that. Thank you for reminding us. So, Game Pass Cloud, if you guys haven't seen it, or if you're just buying the disc still, stopping by GameStop, buying used games, you really need to look at Game Pass. But Game Pass Cloud is really like what Stadia came out and said they were going to rock with Google. Remember Google Stadia? It's all streaming. You literally just plug into a media player, and it accesses some servers out in Nevada in the middle of the desert on a 3-mile long warehouse.
Yeah.
And they have games, and literally only thing you do is it's instant load, which is amazing. Again, here's a good example, right? OldPequliar coming from the old Commodore 64 days when it took a half hour just to load a game to play. Right?
Yeah.
This thing is, maybe 15 seconds?
Well, and in the last maybe 60 days, it's become immediate. It took a little while at the beginning, but now it's virtually immediate. It's just as fast as if you load any other game.
Well, two things though. One is you have an Xbox Series X now, so those loading times with our X's is unbelievable. If you have the one, it might take a little bit longer, but. What's that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. That's a good point. I don't know, but even still, I can't imagine it would take. I mean, let's face it. It's what we always dreamt of as kids, to have a library of every game at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Without having to really get up and do anything. And if you look now on the list of Xbox Game Pass, just about every game on there has a cloud play option.
Oh my gosh.
So Cloud doesn't just increase or make load times faster, but also makes it you don't even have to install the game?
Correct.
Oh, no, no installing or anything. And as you play, it'll give you the option, do you want to install this game, and you can choose it. But for example, on the Hunter game, for the first, 5 or 10 days I played it exclusively on the cloud and didn't even realize it. There's no loss in, graphics, there's no lag, none of that. It's really amazing. It's a real clean graphical game, that one I'm talking about. So I was shocked. I think the only downside is if you have data caps from your ISP, because I started getting warnings.
You did too.
Than normal.
Okay. So that's the downside. That's why you would want to install it.
Yes.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when you live in the back in the bayou down in Louisiana, and you have to do dial-up and put your phone on a modem like he does.
Those bums only give me a gig, and that's I figured it out. That's about a terabyte. I figured that's about 10 days worth of cloud gaming.
Oh no, you did do the math on that. That's brutal, dude. All right, now as far as I know, we don't have any on the old AT&T. We'll give them some love on that then. But good stuff. So that's the game. Yeah, you're right. So, but the alternate, let me play devil's advocate as I've done all my life, is then the question is, because we have all those games, does the value of those games diminish? Right? Like when you bought that one game, had to drive to the store, had to get that box that had the artwork on it, pay for it, drive all the way home, put it in, load it, anticipation for 20 minutes of load. Was that game more enjoyable than 15 seconds? Oh, I want to try this one, I want to try this one, I want to try this one.
Well, I think for the most part it was, but then we'd always get the duds and have to, claim some legal precedent on why we should be allowed to return folded.
Yeah.
You know, so
like little lawyers that we were. Hey, under Section Article 5.
In 9th grade, and now we're we're big time.
Yeah, I took a half a business law class in high school, and now I'm dictating to this poor soul at Electronics Boutique. That he
But
needs
you
to
got to
take
remember, back in the day, there would be an entire store and maybe 15 titles in it, and the way they had to spread them out to make them look, epic was always funny to me. Thinking now you can scroll through hundreds of games on Xbox Game Pass, and kind of pick and choose.
Yeah. Oh boy, did you miss the time there? Thing 12. Huh? Just telling you. We were slaving. We actually had to drive. We had to walk both ways uphill to that store.
Right. I mean, we were literally cave people back then.
Yeah.
When it comes to.
Oh yeah. We'd be dragging somebody by their hair to the game.
Right.
Dragging our mothers there to pay for it by their hair. No.
Yeah.
Good times.
So I don't know if PlayStation doesn't have anything like that. I don't know why anybody would even bother buying a PlayStation at this point.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, matter of fact, Rumble Pack. I know you guys are out there and getting those that are the PlayStation lovers. We appreciate you continuing to listen to us. It's almost like Howard Stern, right? People, they listen to Howard Stern 2 hours a day because they love him. People that hated him listen to 2.5 hours of him just to hear what he was going to say next. But no, PlayStation. I mean, tell us, email us, let us know what's the outside of what I do believe is nostalgia because we do that, and that's what this show is about from my end. So I appreciate that. 2, the controllers, just getting used to the other ones is a pain in the boop. But it is, I know, a thing, right? But outside of that, not a thing, 12, a thing. Outside of that, I don't know why, for content, Xbox wouldn't be your go-to, but maybe.
Yeah, it's just those exclusives that they have.
Like what? Give it to me. Spider-Man. I know, okay.
God of War, Uncharted, is The Last of Us? No, The Last of Us.
That's it. They used to have Soulcom. That's not anymore. They had didn't they have a baseball management game or something that was exclusive one time by 2K or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably gone now. That's old. I'm talking old again on that. I don't know.
Those 3 alone.
Yeah, but 3 games versus hundreds of games and cloud.
Well, no, I'm not saying it makes it better because it's definitely not. Yeah. But
they can
I think the Spider-Man game alone is worth it. Makes it worth buying.
Oh, yeah. Well, that means you got money to burn, my man. That's unbelievable. That's not acceptable.
Well,
for sure. I don't know. I love to hear it though. I love an argument. It's an argument. We all debaters. We'd love to hear from you as to why that's the case. So if you want to come on, you want to email us, let us know. We'll read it. Use your gamer tag, what have you, and love to give the counter side to that because I don't know. I mean, we have the PlayStation 4, not the 5, for that specific reason, but. So, anyways, all right. That's the Sony PlayStation Stars. That's on the. That's now out there for y'all. So, all right. I think that's all we have for news. Yeah, that's the news.
This concludes your Joystick News Report.
Joystick News. All right, folks. So now. As we go through this, it's a lot of dust. We keep dusting this thing off every time I stand over here and brush it off and we talk about it. I did try to dive into a little pre-production planning on this one for the show to see. So it's time for the
riff rap.
So let's rap about this bad boy. Did you guys see there's this big talk finally about, I guess there was one out before called Red Matter. Red Matter. It was for both the Oculus, the HTC, so forth. I guess it got some good reviews and did pretty well when it first came out.
Do you know what it is?
So the second one, yeah, the whole thing is actually, and the new one is actually based on to the Quest. It's coming to the Quest and PC, so I don't even know if you can get it on regular. PC, I guess you would, right? So PC VR. But it's really focused on the Quest. And the whole concept is it's actually it's a pretty game. You remember the game that came with the Oculus originally where you walked in and you moved stuff around and grabbed it? It was a shooter game, too, that you shot robots that came out from the corners. I can't remember the name of it. Remember, they come up close on you? Robo Recall, thank you. I knew somebody here had less alcohol in their blood system. So here's the question on that. The did that game spark like generations of other games? Because this one came out, looks a lot like it, but they say it's way better. It's called Red Matter 2, so obviously it's the second one. And the whole thing is based on a robot that is dealing with, I guess, the destruction of the world, outside world or whatever, and it has to put stuff back together. And in the meantime, it does different tasks in different rooms of like a base or whatever it's in. There is some battles going on, so they do have to shoot stuff. It's almost like Portals. If you remember Portals, right? Those robots in Portals? That's what it looks like. But it's all VR based, and you got to grab stuff. You are the robot, by the way. So you're grabbing it with like your hands or something like that, and picking stuff up just like you would in any VR structure. So I don't know. It just looked like it was getting some love.
Yeah, it looks cool. I don't know.
Yeah, check out the video if we have a chance. We can link the demo to it because it's pretty cool right here. It's got the announcement trailer. It just came out from the MetaQuest. So I don't know. That's the most I saw in the world out there. Not overly strong, but at least there's something happening. On that thing. You don't even have VR. Well, you have the Sony one, right?
We have, the PS VR, but I couldn't even tell you where it is at this point.
Really? You guys don't even bring it out, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to get excited
about.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what kind of game I would, that would make me drop money on a VR now, but I'm sure there's some out there.
I keep checking to see if the Bridge Commander would come out.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
that was a lot of fun.
Oh my god, if they just brought out Klingons, if they brought out Gorns, Zintis, Tholians, I'm telling you, bring me out some Romulans. Come on. Why aren't they doing it?
Yeah, but even with that, you have to admit that it got stale quickly.
Yeah, I think
in other words, there wasn't a bunch going on.
Well, no, because there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough storyline. There was only so many missions.
That's my point.
Yeah,
a second game would just be a lot better than just an update with a new ship. Because they could also like make like stuff, like make a lot more options to mess with your ship. Like because you have.
Well, you could get down on a planet, for example. Why not?
Right.
And walk out onto the planet, or.
Well, I'm saying, why don't you just, rather than what they had was just a one room with everybody there, why not have an engineering room, right, where you could be that person and you could have, we could have like different people in different rooms, right, and you could
different levels of complexity too.
Yeah, I get that.
There could be an easy version, or there could be a version where it's virtually, you really have to know what you're doing, or you crash the ship, that type of thing.
Well, I think the appeal to it too is that you're sitting down the entire time. Because
you do
exactly
that.
Yeah, because I get really nauseous when I play VR.
Right.
So I'll play a game where you're supposed to be standing up, just sitting down, controlling it and moving around.
Yeah, that's what's great about this game.
That's why I liked this game, because it was really fun, and all you would do is sit there and mess with the controls or do your part as one of the four.
Yeah.
And I think that's.
I just don't understand. I mean, I almost want to. I wish I was independently wealthy. I would just buy the license and work on it. Just have people work on it. I think it's the best Star Trek opportunity in my generation, right? As far as gaming goes, it was awesome. But to OPQ's point, it was very short, right? And it did start to get repetitious after a while. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But now I wait and I go back and play it again because it's been a few months.
I honestly, Star Trek is cool. Like it could, like another Star Trek like this would be good, but it doesn't even have to be Star Trek. I think. Well,
X-Wing, I can tell you, was a good game, right?
Well, any game where you can man ships together like this, and then also like go on voyages to get more money to buy cooler ships, like Elite Dangerous, or like
that's great. Yep.
Star Citizen or No Man's Sky or whatever.
Yeah.
But except it's like what Star Trek did, where it's the fact that you're working with other people. Someone manages the shields and someone manages the guns and all that. Yeah. So you could do that and have some sort of like I guess way to make money, like an economy in the end. That would be really cool.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think got a lot they could do with it. For sure. So good stuff. All right. So that is the wrap. Now we're time. What is the time for?
Deal of the week.
So the monthly deal, not the week, that we looked at. You know what I saw? Speaking of retro, since we brought OPQ on, we're talking about old school gaming. You wanting to be like us with the Polygon games, right? The 700. Yeah, exactly. Well, here you go. 777 Nintendo games available now for $27 in its original looking case. So if you go onto like Amazon and just type in like Nintendo gaming 777 games for $27 you can get now for that. You can go back, play all the Contras, play all the old school games that were phenomenal back in the day.
Is this the original Nintendo NES?
Yep. So you have the original controller, everything looks just like it. I mean, it looks like they almost remade it, even though I think it's a little bit smaller because they can now, right? And use less plastics and all that type of stuff. So, but yeah, I thought, you know what? If you just want to spend a weekend and go old school, or just show the kiddos what you grew up on, $27, well worth it. Cheaper than going to the movies for two people nowadays, for sure. So, it's good stuff. That's the deal of the week. All right, lastly, we have the video game new releases coming out, and was just trying to look ahead a little bit. I mean, I don't, down the line, there wasn't a lot that I saw, but some big things down the line we talked about was in October. We looked at it.
That's 2021.
Oh, that's 2021. Hang on. I started looking and going, wait a minute, that was Far Cry 6. Yeah, that's old school. Hang on a second. Give us a second, dang it.
Well, actually, what was it? There's something coming out, I know, in the next few months. Oh, well, obviously this year, or way down in October, is the next Forest survival game.
Forest?
The Forest, yeah, I played that. It's like a horror survival game. It's really cool, and I think they're releasing the second one in October.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to come out a while ago, it got delayed, so I don't know when they're releasing at this point, even though they said
Is it going to be something that's going to keep getting pushed back?
It's possible, yeah, so...
Right.
I don't know.
Well, what do we have here? So, we've just recently had some releases. If you're a tennis fan, Match Point. Oh, F1 for Formula One fans that came out. F1 22 came out as well. They're still doing the NX versus ATV games. And, yeah, that just came out, as launched as well at the beginning of this month. So, some kind of new games that look entertaining and fun. Did you see a 2K23? They're talking about pre-order for Michael Jordan is on it now, so he's getting into the gaming world, and putting his face on a game as well. So 2K, we just talked about them, right, with their exclusive. And I don't know if that's exclusive or what it looks like.
Those aren't exclusive anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever going to be.
So you can play MLB, for example, on any of the consoles, and same with basketball.
Nice. Yeah. So you can hit that. What else we got here? We got Zorro, the Chronicles. What was that? There's a movie out called Zorro the Gay Blade. Remember that? Oh, that's a good one. That'll go really well now. Let's see. Here's Deer Simulator. They're OldPequliar. You're so much into it. Why don't you just act like one?
It's right up there next to Lawnmower Simulator.
Right? Wait, are you the actual lawnmower, or do you move the lawnmower?
You drive it.
Oh. I was going to say, because I'd like somebody to pull my cord. Woo! Giddy up, Dina. Yeah.
Wait.
What?
Why is The Last of Us Part 1 releasing at 9:02? Or at September 2nd?
I don't know. That's what it is. The Last of Us Part 1.
I thought that already came out.
Wait, who's it for?
No. Maybe it's,
Let's look at it. PlayStation 5.
Huh. Must be, a re-release for better graphics, maybe?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, for the 5 versus the 4? Don't know. So, what else we have? Anything else that looks entertaining and enjoyable for folks? Destroy All Humans 2. That was, I know some folks like that. Saints Row? What? Criminal Customs Edition. Oh, that should be good. I know that was a game that a lot of folks played back in the day. The one I want to do, there's one called World War I. What is that?
I don't know.
Sonzo? I believe that's it says the Italian Front. That looks pretty cool. I'd like to give that a try. Anything World War I, I'm all about.
Yeah.
It looks like that's due out on September 13th. So I'll have to take a look at that. ISONZO. I'm sure it's a city there or something during World War I. An attack. I should know my history a little bit better on that, but game looks pretty cool. Well, it looks like a shooter, first-person shooter. But I'd be interesting as they start coming out with these games with the new engine. You know what I mean? How much more involved you are in things happen around you. So
they've had a few demos with the Unreal Engine 5 that just show like what everything's gonna look like.
Yeah.
They're not full games with anything on them, just kind of running around.
Yeah.
And it looks really nice.
Nice.
They released a photo that they took from a game, and it looks exactly like real life. Like everyone was shown the photo.
Yeah.
And they thought that they had no idea that it was from.
That's crazy, dude. That's gonna be so awesome.
And after them telling them that it was, they still didn't believe it.
Nice.
Like it's crazy, but yeah.
Well, hopefully that's what's next on the generation. That's when we do the podcast with 3 generations, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, Grandpa, I actually made it like real. It was really there." No, it wasn't. That's what he's gonna sound like. Nothing like that. Okay, good times. All right, that's the show. We appreciate you listening. They're Rebel Pack each and every week. If you want to get a hold of us, because we did throw out some requests for you this week, we'd appreciate it if you get back to us. How do they do that?
You can get hold of us at joystick_show on Twitter, at JoystickShow on Discord, joystickshow.com, which is our website. Yeah.
And that's how I do it. OPQ, thanks for wasting your time with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, nothing better to do. Always enjoyable.
You're the man. I appreciate it. Folks, until yeah, you got it. Thanks, man. Till next time, folks. Game on.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.